Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Orkolsvik, and I will be bringing you my first Wargame Airland battle replay. This map is Orkolsvik, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. It's one of the new maps. I believe it was Rivers and Flood in Airland battle, and I decided I'd give it a go with my Polish deck. Honestly, I really like the Polish deck. It's not strong when you're going up against like a full-fledged US deck, but it also holds its own and for reason. Why am I fixing the word? It's holding its pretty impressive voice. This is actually like the funnest time I've gone the hotel route. Normally, I do a heliborne assault through India to Charlie. But I decided I might as well mix it up a little bit. I started with 2 MiG-21 BIS and 1 Su-7 BKL, the big huge napalm bomber. Right here I make actually a pretty rookie mistake in that I forget to start with anti-air aside from the SOCOM. Pretty dumb move, doesn't really cost me much, but it's not like my ROMs would do much against stopping a napalm bomber. Unfortunately, they didn't really send anything out to get me, but they did manage to knock out my 2 MiG-21 BIS. I didn't really job microing those, but here you see Spadachronisty and Komandostis and the MI2, and the MI-24 and the MI-2 respectively. I've got Picos, I don't really know how to pronounce it, moving up in Scots, and 2 stacks of 3 T-34s moving up as well. Here is where my MiGs get knocked out by just not doing a very good job. My so-called takes out these lynxes pretty easily. They didn't really bother to take down the thing that was bearing down on my paratroopers. I kind of forget about my Spados and my Commandosis for a little bit, but they come up and swing around and take out what was the beginnings of a pretty hefty pocket of infantry. They didn't really do a good job of exploiting my weaknesses, which was they could have either sent a heliborne assault or just pushed straight through here with tanks, and they would have cut my flank here pretty hard. And there are my ROMs and my ZSUs pulling up the stuff that I forgot to spawn. I would not recommend spawning without AA. It's a pretty hefty gamble. My Scots are going to move through here, and this is where the LAVs show up. I thought my T-34s would be able to push through here, along with some TO-55s, but as it turns out, SMAs show up, and they decimate my forces. As of right here, there's some light riflemen popping up. Had he moved them into these forests and cleared out my infantry, things would have gone very differently. But with Commandosis and Spadachronistes moving up, I've been pronouncing that entire time. I'll just come on. Anyways, I got my Jaguars coming in, moving into cover. He's wasting Mavericks on my Scots, and my ROMs should be engaging right about now. Unfortunately, the Wargame gods aren't really with me with this little bit of firing. I only had, I don't know. Anyways, Hornet takes out my takes up my AA helicopter. ROMs take it out. I think my ROMs take out this one as well. Yep. Jaguars engaging my light riflemen. A little pocket of infantry pops up right about here in this forest with Highlanders and genetic combats. Unfortunately for them, a BKL kind of ruins their day. Here we see a F4J coming in to drop napalm. It was actually really good guesswork on his part because he managed to knock a couple dudes off Michael Mendoza, but they don't really kill anything. My Jaguars are mopping up the light rifleman that he forgot to move into the forest right now, and I should be bringing up some supplies for my ROMs along with an additional one. Right about here is where I should have been starting to bring up some better reconnaissance. I didn't really spawn any. It was kind of another rookie mistake. I placed my MI2s right there, kind of just as an early warning, but nothing else really happens. You know, when this thing first got capped, I was really worried that he was going to flank through here. Turns out he didn't really. All he just did was send some OH-58s. They MI2s, but that's a good waste of ammunition because they come in handy later. Well, that waste of ammunition comes in handy later. Right here is where my Conquerors get a little bit wonky. There's nothing that's making them drop line of sight. I mean, oh, something that was. I don't think that drops line of sight. Either way, my Conquerors land a couple hits. My Commandos who take out the CV, and I start attacking them towards the OH-58. My Jaguars eventually get taken out by this, Cobra sitting right here. I was frantically moving up my CUs. I kind of forgot about them back here. Oh well. Here we see the genies. A narrow miss on my ROM. I immediately turned that thing off. As soon as I get on eyes on these Centurions and start moving on my Mendozis. And right here is exactly where I start pulling back my Jaguars. Highlanders aren't really a force to be reckoned. Highlanders are definitely a force to be reckoned with in close quarters. That Eric's with, like, I think it has AP-26, I think, decimates anything that isn't a T-80U. My teammates are doing pretty well. They seem to be just kind of ignoring Fedor and moving up through Gregory and Dmitri. Personally, I would have pushed a little bit harder in the center, linked up with forces here, and kind of cut them off. There's that Cobra. Got a very helpful critical. Right here is where I start moving up my T-34s to see if I can't start clearing them out. Here we see a couple of them on 3s. Pretty handily taken out by my allies in my 24. Whoa, controls get a bit wonky. There we go. Bam. Like I said, BKL is a very, very good thing. Very good aircraft. Actually, I'm not sure if I said that. I'm rambling too much. Oh well. As long as I keep on doing more videos, I should be solving my rambling problem. Alright, here's where the fencing forces get decimated. You just can't go up against that much autocannon, but my T-34s start to mop up the Highlanders, and my allies and my 24s moving up. My ROMs start to engage the Raven. One is taken out, and it crashes right into my ZSUs. Thankfully it didn't kill them, they only left them -2 and 3 HP. Fedor seems to be knocked out and either cleared or just retreated. I'm not sure which. ADAT start to move up. That was not a very good move on his part. ADAT's a very rare vehicle. It's Canada's only AA option. Personally, I'm not too aggressive with mine. I've seen them used very aggressively to a very good effect. As of right now, I'm seeing if I can't get a good forest defense in these hedges right here, over by the Commandosis. I'm moving up my Conquerors to. Actually, I wasn't really sure what I was doing with them right there. But I do manage to get them into an overtake position, take out a couple Centurions that are moving to reinforce center, or to contain center, better said. My teammate's moving up his T-55s, clearing out the paratroopers in that little town. I think those are also the luckiest Canadian rifles in a long time. Right here is where I also kind of messed up. I didn't really want my T-34s wasting cannon ammo on the M35s that were sitting right there. So I turn off the cannon, but an MPT-70 shows up and almost kills them both. Thankfully Conquerors are in their back. I managed to take it out. Split up my Commandosi. I was going to see if I couldn't try and make an infiltration through Boris. That doesn't really come up to anything. Right here is about where I start to bring up my reconnaissance. Finally, I really should have brought this up earlier. But what can you do? Got about 4 Centurions sitting right here with a very low on health, and my 24P. This is where I start to split them up, see if I can't divide and conquer, conquers, and start shutting down this reinforcement road into center. And this is where my enemies start to just kind of capitulate. I move my Commandosis back. That Bradley's... I'm not going to advance on that Bradley. Here's the little interesting thing. So, my Conquerors has a 38% chance to hit, but my enemy has at least 80 with a hardened M2A1. Yet the Conquerors gets the kill. And as soon as I realized that there was no more CVs and Fyodor, Center, or Anna is where I bring up my MN24s and attack move them with as a hunter killer team with my rows. My row. Only problem here, had my MI24s not taken so long to stabilize, they probably would have gotten this killing the stingers before they had the chance to get it. Before they had the chance to kill the other. Before they had the chance to kill the row. I'll bring my MiG-21s up, see if I can engage those phantoms. Pretty handily take out the other phantom, and then 2-hit kill the Aardvark. As of right now, I'm CV hunting, just trying to mop up the last little bit of resistance. I spot a CV, and the game ends. It's my kill list. I think I did a pretty good job. And then there are my losses. Alright. And 660 points earned. Brutal. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.